Hey guys, so I've just been doing a little something, a little half eye action, you know how it is. So I basically want to show you how to conceal and contour with the Plouise base. It's possible, it's phenomenal, so let's get into it. So first of all, I really want to conceal these bags, and then we're going to contour a little bit later on. But basically, I know that we've put some Plouise base underneath the eye already. So I have used base shade 3 on the upper part of my eye, and I've also used base shade 3 on the lower part of my eye. But usually when you wipe the excess away, like to say fallout and stuff, you end up with no base left. So basically what I'm going to do is take base shade 2. Now the reason I want to take base shade 2 is just purely because I want to brighten the under eye. So I'm just taking my Plouise diverted to my base brush, and I'm going to take base shade 2, and then I'm just going to start tapping that underneath my under eye, just like so. And then I'm also going to bring a little bit down my nose, and a teeny bit on my forehead, and a teeny bit on my chin. Now remember, this base is full coverage, so just be careful. So I'm just going to take like a fluffy brush, and I'm just going to start patting this in. Now when I get to my eye area, I like to press. So I just like to start patting this in, and I like to bring it up here a little bit. I like to bring it down my nose, and I also like to make a funny face. Now what this does is give me an extra bit of coverage into my nose area, and it kind of stops the makeup from moving from there. And then what I like to do is wipe whatever's left on my hand, and then I just start buffing lightly under the eye, just so that I can get the base to meet each other, and you'll start to see everything blend really beautifully. So just taking your time and just start lightly, if you need to, press, don't rub. The thing with using a fluffy brush, you really get to make everything look smooth and softened, and if you've made any errors with your eyeshadow, you get to correct those as well. So now I'm just going to take my foundation brush, and I'm just going to start patting this part in, and what this will do is it'll start to blend your base in with your foundation. Now I know this looks a little light at the moment, but trust me babe, it's going to look flawless. So if your under eye looks a little bit too bright for you, just start taking your fluffy brush and just blending and buffing, and kind of buff it down a little bit. Then what you can do is just take your foundation brush again and just pat on top of that. Now your pigment from your foundation will go a little bit on top, but let's face it, we all need a bright under eye, and we can always correct it with our contour. So I'm just going to do the same on my nose and on my forehead, and just really press that in. Notice I'm patting, so when I pat on the eye, I'm patting on my face, and then wherever I need to, I'll just lightly buff anything out. So guys, once your under eye is looking flawless, I like to go in with the Plouise base shade 6. This is absolutely amazing for contour. If you can find where your hollow of your face is, I like to do it on my cheekbone and blend upwards. So what I like to do is, starting from my hairline here, if you make a funny face, you can like that. So just making a few dots, you literally only need the tiniest bit, guys, trust me. And I'm just going to take like an angled brush like this. I'm just going to start pressing this into the skin. Now you can use a beauty blender, which I will be doing momentarily. But if you really want to use a brush, you can do. But as I say, I really like to use a blender. And what I like to do is just blend it into the skin and kind of blend it up as well. And I like to take it up into my base as well, or concealer if you will. And what you'll find is when you turn away from the light, you'll get a really nice defined contour. Now you can go in with a little bit more if you like, but I just found the colour of this is enough just to give you a little bit of colour, and obviously you can go in with your bronzer. But if you are a little more queen, we can go in with more. So once you start to look like this, you can go in with a little bit of MAC Studio Fix. Now this is setting powder, but it's also a foundation as well. And you just want to focus this underneath the eye, anywhere where you want a little bit of extra coverage, but also where you want to set as well. Alright babe, so once you are at this stage, you can take your Plouise contouring brush. If you've not got this brush, you need it. So I like to use MAC Dark Tan. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put some chisel into our face. We're going to put some colour into our face. So now I like to start pressing into the hollows of my face. Now you don't want to bring it too much down, you want to bring it up. I like to start right at the top and just press, just so you get the colour there. And then what you can do is just start buffing that in and just bring it up as you get to the cheekbone. Also guys, I forgot to mention, if you are a little bit chubby like me, you can use this on your neck. So I like to just use, you can use a darker shade if you want, but I just like to take a little bit like that. And then just take a beauty blender and just start pressing that underneath the chin just to contour the chin. And then just taking a fluffy brush, like kind of like an angled brush if you want, start buffing that in. And then if this happens here, you can take your foundation brush and just blend that in a little bit further and just literally define your chin where you need to. Fat, not. Quarantine, snatched. Quarantine, snatched. Alright guys, so what better way to finish off this look than with a Plouise highlighter. So I'm going to take the Love Tapes palette and I'm going to take the shade Once Upon a Time. I'll say no more. Like, this highlighter, guys, is no joke. Alright guys, so that is how you conceal and contour with the Plouise. I wish that the Plouise contour and highlighter would get rid of my fat, but kinda does the job. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this little thingamajig. Obviously, I look snatched. So yeah, if you do want to snap up any Plouise bases, you can use code adamashman10. It always excites me when I say that, like literally a dream. Bitch, I love Plouise. So if you want a tutorial on this eye look, let me know. I did do it on Facebook, but no, could be bothered to watch it. See you later, guys.